Out there in Hot Rod Land, it's Phil coming to you once again from Carcraft Classics. Carcraft Classics is located at 321 Canton Road. Got the Carnuba kid in there detailing a Corvette. 321 Canton Road, Cumming, Georgia 30040. We sell classic cars, classic trucks, neon signs, wheel and tire packages, all kinds of cool little goodies for the hot rod enthusiast. You can reach at the shop at 470-239-4977, and my cell is 770-317-1415. Email is carcraftclassics@gmail.com, and don't forget to visit us on the web at carcraftclassics.com. We've got the coolest little car here that we're showing off today. It's a little something different. Previous owner brought this car to us a few weeks back. We've been cleaning it up and getting it ready and dodging the raindrops, and today we're ready to shoot this spotlight video for the 1980 MGB. All right, MGB is the model, MG is the company. For those of you who had these back in the 70s and 80s, I'm sure you're still real fond of them. They are really a fun car to drive, and we're just getting out of our comfort zone. We usually focus on the American muscle cars and trucks, but we're going to take a shot here and market this car for the previous owner. Really excited. I remember these cars from my youth. Before we get into the description of the car, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps small business owners while you're watching the video here to show some support. Really appreciate it. Anyway, again, this is a 1980 model. This is the MGB LE, the limited edition. So you got the graphics on the side of the car. You got the upgraded wheel package. You got a little plaque on the dashboard, on the glove box. I'll show you here. Noting that it's a limited edition. Of course, they're all manual transmissions, low 4-speed, and you got the GT style steering wheel as well that you see over there. Again, this is the LE, the limited edition. What a cool car. Appears to be original paint, in great shape. I don't see any rust issues in the body. We'll get it up in the air and get you guys some pictures of the undercarriage and things later on. Be sure to check back to the website, carcraftclassics.com. Click on the inventory page, and that's where you'll see the pictures. Not going to crawl around underneath the car, but again, we will get you some still shots of the undercarriage. Trunk is immaculate. It's got what appears to be the original spare. Got the boot for the convertible top. Carpeting in here is in very, very good shape for its age. Again, it's a 1980 model, and let's see here, missed a spot in the detail. It's a 1980 model. I believe it's got 98,000 original miles, so just under 100. The owner's done a few little upgrades to the car, but it's pretty much an original car. One of the things he did just came to mind when I shut that trunk. He replaced the little actuators, little shocks for the hood and the trunk. Those went bad, so those have been replaced. Brakes have been gone through. And for those of you who are MGB enthusiasts, you might notice here that this car has the stance of an earlier model MGB. The early to mid 70s. A lot of guys love the MGBs from that age because of that stance. The cars were lower. They had the telescopic style shocks, and then sometime around 1980, the American government made the British company that manufactures these cars raise the cars up for safety reasons. They wanted the headlights at a certain height, so they lost that cool stance. But the previous owner of this car went back in, replaced the new style suspension with the old telescopic style, and was able to adjust it so that it's got that cool lowered stance. Some of the things with the 80s, you know, the steering, the brakes, etc., you know, people prefer from the 80 model. And then there's other things that people prefer, like the stance, as I mentioned, from the earlier models in the early to mid 70s. And this is kind of a combination of both. You're getting the safety features of the 80 model with the cool look of the 70s model, with the stance being lowered And again, with it being an LE, you get those cool wheels. This particular car has brand new Michelin tires on it, all the way around. And here in the jewelry box, as I always call it, got the original 4-cylinder. I think it's a 1.8 liter inline 4-cylinder engine. Been recently serviced. And I have a little bit of a build sheet sitting over here because he did a little bit of work to the motor, I think, the last time it was serviced. Let's see. Let me try to read here. The engine was rebuilt recently. High compression pistons were put in there. The intake was ported and polished, or the head, I'm sorry. It does have the dual carb setup that everybody loves. Nice and clean, that intake manifold. Car runs great. It's like the electronic ignition was upgraded as well. It's got a Protronic flamethrower setup. We talked about the lowered stance. Let me just go over my notes here real quick. The only thing not working on the car is the high beams. Everything else works. It does have power brakes, and again, that goes back to what I mentioned. You see the booster there in the dual master cylinder. So that's something you didn't get in the early 70s, but you do get it on the 80. A little bit better braking system. Let's see, we talked about the wheels, the manual top and steering. All right, and there's those new shocks again. Little actuators for the hood. And we've got them on the trunk as well. I think that's it as far as the build sheet here. I can put this away. Just continue to show you the car. Really like this little car, and it sounds awesome. It's just a joy to drive. It's funny, even though it's really small, it's got plenty of room. The footwell inside the car is super deep, so even a guy of my height, I'm 5'11", almost 6 feet tall, and I fit in there perfect. Let's see here. Let's get this hood down so you can see the car. There's a little trick to this hood, so I'm just going to put the camera down for just a moment. There we go. All right. Love the color combination. The black with the graphics on the paint, and again those upgraded wheels. Just love the front end on this car. Really, the tan with the tan top really pops with that black paint. So if you've ever had one of these in the past, you want to rekindle some of those memories and those feelings, give us a holler. We've got one for sale. A super clean car. It's a local car. It runs and drives great. If you want maybe your child to have this car so that they can enjoy the same fun times that you had, again, let us know. Looks like the exhaust may have been replaced as well. You see those new tips popping out the back. Super cool car. 98,000 original miles. Clean title. She's ready to go. I'll show you the inside here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the camera down for a moment, and I am going to put the top down. Well, let's see here. As I mentioned, I do have the boot. It's black to match the exterior color. Got that in the trunk. It's in great shape. Headlights work. Triple wipers work. Those of you like me that never had one of these, it's kind of a cool little feature. It's got 3 windshield wipers on the front. keep that windshield clean when it rains. Matching black interior. In excellent shape. The seat covers. Sorry about the shadows. But we'll get you, again, as I mentioned before, we will get complete still shots of the interior, the exterior, and the undercarriage. And they'll be posted up on carcraftclassics.com. But I know there's some shadows here, but take my word for it. The seats are in excellent shape. There's those deep footwells I was telling you about. Let's see. I mean, there's more room in here than a 60s model Corvette. Gauge is all in working condition, as I mentioned before. Gas gauge, oil pressure gauge, speedo, tach, clock, temp gauge, everything's working. Dash pad is in great shape. Just a cool little fun car that won't break the wallet. Got a tight budget, you're looking for something classic to tinker on and maybe enjoying a sunny weekend. This car is it. Little storage compartment back there, hopefully you can see that. Nice and clean. Let's see, we can pop that up. There we go. It's an 80 model, so it does have seat belts. Safe little car. 4-speed manual. It's got that little overdrive button there as well. Super cool little car. Original stereo system. And again, it's the LE. So let's fire this sucker up. All right. Sounds awesome. Take a listen. Again, it's the limited edition. Dash is in excellent shape. I mean, let's face it, this car is 31 years old, is it? Yeah, 31, no, 41 years old, what am I saying? I know that exhaust note is bringing back memories for some of you guys and gals out there that had one of these back in the day. Yes, it's a 1.8 liter inline four-cylinder engine, but boy, she sounds like a road race car. And just think of it this way, you can enjoy it and it won't get you tickets. Can't go too fast in these cars. It's super cool. Not quite warmed all the way up yet, but I'm sure she'll stay running. Super straight. I mean, look down the sides of that body. This thing is super slick and straight. This sounds awesome. Total different look with the top down, but it's nice to know you've got the convertible top. You can flip it up in bad weather. Manual steering and manual brakes, power brakes. Manual steering on this car, which doesn't really matter. Those tires and wheels are so small, this thing's easy to turn even at slow speeds in the parking lot. It's just a joy to drive. You can use it as your vacation beach buggy, put it down at your vacation home and cruise it down by the beach, or use it as your daily driver. Or like I said, it'd be kind of cool for somebody who is, you know, an MGB enthusiast to maybe buy this for their child or their nephew or niece so that they can enjoy some of the same memories and experiences that they had. As I mentioned, you know, this car one of the great things about it is it's not going to break the bank. The asking price for this car is going to be, man, it sounds so cool, so fun. It does have heat, no air, which of course, who needs air? You got a convertible. Just drop the top. And there go the real heroes. You hear them in the background. Support our first responders and medical staff at hospitals. Carcraft classics for sure. But anyway, back to the car. The asking price, $12,500. $12,500. I don't remember the last time I had a vehicle, a classic, that you could have this much fun with. Tinkering on and driving. I don't remember the last time I had one under $15,000. So again, you get all this, straight body, running, driving car, convertible that's great for sunny days like today. Nothing but fun awaits you buying this car. Again, drum up some of those old memories if you've had one. If you never did, maybe a cool car for the wife even. You know, Sunday cruiser, pop the top down, go shopping, go have some fun. It's got a trunk, you got a little room for your bags. I'll tell you what, I'd love to own this thing. Wait a minute, I do. Just kidding, we've got this on consignment. Again, the owner is local, so if we have any questions that I can't answer, we can always give Carlisle, the owner, a call. And he's been an enthusiast, a fan of these cars since way back in the 70s, so he'll be able to help us. But take my word for it, it runs and drives great. As you've heard me mention in some of my other videos, we can help with financing. Our preferred lender is JJ Best Bank, and they will have no problem financing this vehicle for somebody with good credit. Let me know if you want to go down that road and maybe talk to JJ Best. I can give you contact info for my sales rep, Matt. He's been very, very helpful to other customers. And the other thing I want to mention is that we can also help with shipping. Professional shipping, put it right in your driveway, enclosed or open trailer, whichever you prefer. All right, well, thank you so very much for watching and checking out my MGB. Again, my name is Phil. This is Carcraft Classics. You can give me a holler anytime with questions or to schedule a test drive at 770-317-1415. Thanks again, and God bless America.